It's going live. Hello, BookTube, and we're back here for another Friday Reads. Oh, there's somebody here.
Very quick off the mark there, Aaron.
Evening chat. I've been told that mental hygiene specialist who is re-editing Roald Dahl's books is going to visit you and Mark to burn the unclean thoughts from your mind. Well, we've got some news regarding that.
We have some news regarding that. Breaking news from NPR. I got it through just shortly before we came on air that Roald Dahl's publisher responds to backlash by keeping classic texts in print. So they will release the new versions, but then they will also release something called the Roald Dahl Classic Collection alongside it, where they will keep the originals intact. And it also follows, apparently, that Dahl's other publishers, in the US, France, and Holland, announced they would not have been incorporating the changes the UK were making anyway. So seems perhaps a bit of a, well, I don't like to use the word victory, but certainly it's encouraging, I suppose. It'd be interesting to see which editions sell best, won't it really, Sean?
Yeah, well, as I say, I hope they lose their shirts on the other ones that nobody buys, that they've got to pulp them all. Yeah.
Yeah, but I guess it's a little bit encouraging that, they've had to respond, at least in some way, to mass outcry.
Well, I don't think it's probably because the royal family and in Parliament to do it. Wrong side.
Yeah, but sometimes that might encourage people to totally not listen to what needs to be done. I was questioning my own stance when I found myself on the same side as Rishi Sunak in something. I was like,
Yeah, but they're doing it for completely different reasons.
For sure, I think he's jumping on the populist bandwagon there. Yeah. So,
hi, Alan. It's
good morning to you.
Here.
It's evening here, indeed. Oh dear. So how many are here? How many heard our great announcement of the breaking news?
Well, there was 4 when you were starting, so so now there's 7. Now there's 9. Hey, they're coming.
You see, that's it. But they missed the breaking news about Roald Dahl. That's a shame. But I'm sure, no doubt, some of the other people who've made videos about it recently will probably do a follow-up, maybe at some point as well. But I don't think I.
And I want to tell everybody that we're AI constructs with this. Mark and I are not here.
No, we're down the pub, aren't we, Sean? Yeah. Yeah, that would be funny, wouldn't it? So,
back headroom glitch.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. So it says Friday Reads. What have you been reading?
What have I been reading? I've only finished 2 books this week. I finished one on Saturday. Sunday, doesn't matter, I suppose. But it's a very short book. It was 100 and something pages, and I read it, I'll say with, in inverted commas, because it's such a short book that, I got it finished really quickly with Brandy from Book Collectic. It was the second in the Land That Time Forgot series. What's it called? The Car.
Yeah,
I can't remember. But The People That Time Forgot was the second book. I think I enjoyed the first one more, but I liked how it is, a definite continuation. So, we didn't get the story resolved, of course, in the first book. Here, we still haven't got it fully resolved, but the main points of the first book were resolved in the second book. And I was happy, at least, and I don't think it's a spoiler. I was very worried about Nobbs, the Airedale Terrier, and I was pleased to report that he survived his ordeal there, and he made it through into book 2 and hopefully beyond. We shall see. I don't know. But it was good fun. It was good fun. But as I say, I think I preferred the first one a little bit more. But we'll see. I've got the third one to go. Can't remember the name of it, but I think I'll be reading that this weekend. And the second book I finished yesterday, which I really enjoyed, and I'm sure many of you have read it, is Travels with Charlie in Search of America by John Steinbeck. I have a nice Penguin deluxe version, but I thought this would be a better reading copy. And
is that one of the strange shaped ones?
Yeah, it is. Yeah, it is strange shape. It's quite tall. I don't know if I put it next to a normal paperback.
I don't like those.
Yeah, it was awkward, I have to say, a little bit, and sometimes the print is a bit too near the center. It feels like it's quite cheaply made, which is why I read it over the Penguin Deluxe. But I enjoyed it. I mean, I read it with Summer from Sterling Reads. We'd been planning to read it for almost 2 years, I think, since I joined BookTube. And I'm sure she'll talk about it at some point if she makes a video. But we both really enjoyed it. She felt, I think, it was a bit disjointed. I understood where she was coming from, because it's not a straight kind of travel log. He does get distracted by things, and it's more just kind of his rambles, really, while he's going through America. And he does, of course, miss a lot out. I mean, if he's spending quite a while traveling around America, it's not a very big book. However, I enjoyed his observations. He's quite curmudgeonly in this. I think he's a good decade or so older than From the Russian Journal, which was fantastic. And he seems a bit maybe more weary as well of the world and things. I don't know. But Charlie was a nice bit of kind of comic relief, and there was some really poignant and interesting observations, especially for us here now in 2023, looking back. I mean, he's writing in 1960, and he visits probably the most real standout part for me is towards the end of the book, when he visits New Orleans, and he goes to see, which apparently was quite a big show because it would happen every weekday morning. He goes to see this gang called the Cheerleaders, and they're basically, middle-aged white mothers who queue up outside this school in the morning, screaming and hurling abuse at little black children and little white children and their parents for going to that school, if you see what I mean. So, because they brought in the desegregation of the school system, and these white mothers couldn't accept it, and he was absolutely just appalled by the language and things shouted out to these little, I mean, we're talking like first, second, third grade children, tiny kids. And then, of course, he said probably the worst abuse was reserved for the white parents and their children, because they were allowing their kids, of course, to go to school with black children. And it was kind of interesting just to hear his thoughts on race and stuff, because he talks about his own childhood and how in his town, Salinas, is it, in California, they only had one black family, and he talks about them, and he said it never really crossed his mind anything negative about them. And it was fascinating, I have to say. It's really good, and I think it's quite an important for anyone who's interested in seeing like a kind of different take on that kind of thing by a good author would be well advised to read it. So those are what I read. Do you want to talk about what you read before we talk about what we're reading? Or
yeah, might as well. Yeah, I just want to go back. Yuri was saying that he heard the news about Roald Dahl on Radio 4, and Aaron was, oh, my tablet's going to fall off. So long since I read Edgar Rice Burroughs, and I was just so not disappointed, but I wanted to join Michael K. Vaughan on his read-through of Edgar Rice Burroughs again, but there's no way I could get the books. They're so expensive here in the UK. But anyway, And then
Yeah, I mean, it is a shame given the the limitations you have with obviously the ebooks, because it is such an easy solution, especially with these
yeah,
public domain books, isn't it? Really?
yeah, because it would take me forever to read them now. So I'm still reading some stuff, but it's difficult. Like it's even off here, it's difficult at times. But anyway, I can't remember what I read on Saturday, so I don't know what I did on Saturday, to be honest. But I know on Sunday, I think it was Sunday, and maybe Monday morning, I read the second Louis L'Amour book, The Far Blue Mountains, the Blue Ridge Mountains, in other words. This is one of two of his longest ones in the Sackett series. And
So what does that mean? Like 200 pages? If it's long for Louis L'Amour?
Well, no, it's 370 pages. So yeah,
good. It's a veritable tome.
Yeah. But it picks up again with Barnabas Sackett, and they're now in the new. Well, it starts out in England, but it's just I enjoyed it. I thought it was really good. I really enjoyed it, but it's just he's
the same issues as the first one.
A little bit. He's a bit early. Like it starts out like, you know how many times they've gone back and forth to the New World, and it's only 1602.
They probably got some good frequent flyer miles in then.
But yeah, and it's like nobody could beat him in sword fighting. He's the best horse rider. He's the best hunter. He's the best sailor, and he takes over a pirate ship, by himself, and it's like he does everything perfect.
It's a little bit similar to probably the second book you're going to talk about, isn't it?
Oh yeah. Well, which one? Oh yeah, a little bit.
Also seems to be the best at everything, pretty much, and amazingly rises to the ranks quite quickly.
Well, yeah, that's actually later.
Sorry.
Yeah. But what else was I gonna say? Oh yeah. But then in his evenings he sits and reads Montaigne's essays. He's
in French, of course.
He's a scholar backwoodsman.
A real Renaissance man.
Yeah. So that was Sunday-ish, partly Monday, and then for Roger's cheap old book club was Prisoner of Zenda by Anthony Hope. I've done video. Well, there is a video for this coming up. It'll be coming up on Monday, I think. And I've already done a video for Prisoner of Zenda, and it's just a fun swashbuckler thing. It's very, very short. Like it just took me the morning to read. It's 100 in this edition. It's 120 some pages.
Yeah, I was surprised because someone commented on my channel about, I can't remember what it was specifically, but they were looking. It was maybe something to read. Maybe it was something to do maybe with Mysteries of Paris. I don't know, but they were saying they'd slept their way through The Prisoner of Zenda, and it was boring them. And I don't know. I mean, obviously to each their own. But I thought it's not. You can't really classify it as boring. I guess it's the same with what Alexis is saying there. It seems like a tempest in a teacup. Well, Alexis, to each their own. For some people, it might be very important.
Hi, Sonia.
But it's all over now anyway, so.
I'm not sure which one is Don Quixote. Maybe Barnabas or what's his name? Rupert
Rasendale.
Yeah, so that was I enjoyed it. It was a reread for me again, and it was a fun read. And then I had actually a good week. That's the thing. That's why it's gonna take me a while to go through these. I did another installment of Will Sean Like It? And this was Brandy at the Bookplectics. Oh, just a minute. I was gonna burp. Sorry.
Oh.
Where was I?
Did Sean like it?
Yeah. Will Sean Like It? Anna Dressed in Blood by Kendar Blake, and it's a YA novel, and it was fun read. It was a really fun read. I enjoyed it.
So Sean liked it then.
Yeah.
Is it a series? Is it a series that maybe you'd continue, or
there's a sequel to it, which
Huh?
I will get and read probably sooner than later, because make sure that this is in clear in my mind. It was YA, but it was still pretty good. It didn't have really the really awful stuff that I find in other YA. So
such as?
well, just that, like the person being perfect and all adults are useless.
Like Barnabas Sackett, you mean?
Yeah, well, he's an adult, but you having at least he's had some experience in life to be good at something,
Yeah. Well, I don't know though. He's only like 20 something, isn't he? Like 21 or something, isn't he? In the beginning of the first book.
I suppose he is. Yeah.
He's quite young.
Yeah, but they made better people then.
Well, they died at 35 in those days, didn't they? So that's it. He was already middle aged.
Yeah. But no, I enjoyed it. And there were some really neat things. There was a few niggling things that bothered me. But as anything, and I think it's because it was a YA, they probably wouldn't be able to do certain things. Let's see what Aaron's saying here. Calling prisoners end up boring is like calling 3 Minute Boat unfunny.
Well, that would be
3 Minute Boat is just so bland,
That's sacrilegious.
Wouldn't Gutenberg
You'd be banned from my channel, Sean, if you said
that. They're actually not. I don't think they're.
They are. Some are. Some are not. It depends, because he didn't. Some of them are still under copyright. So, I think some of the Tarzans are still under copyright because I don't know when he died, but it was maybe the late 50s. So they've still got a few years to run, I think. But yeah, I mean, the Land That Time Forgot. I always want to say The Land Before Time. The Land That Time Forgot series is definitely on Project Gutenberg, yeah. But Sean can't use it, Alexis. That's the thing. He can't read.
I can't read it all.
Readers can't read it all there.
My next book was for my Patreon book club, and also too, this is a call to action. This is This is a super chat we're doing here, right? So smash that thank you button and start sending the cash. Watch this. 15 people to negative. Well, actually, it did drop to 14. Somebody didn't like it.
Oh no! Here we go.
Yeah, this was
maybe.
This is for the Patreon book club. Black Narcissus by Rumor Godden. It's the book that the film, and I think there was a recent TV series, like Netflix or something, did a TV series as well, which I didn't realize until just literally a few days ago.
And it was called Black Narcissus as well, or it had a different name?
Yeah, the series. But the Powell and Pressburger movie is really good. It's a fabulous, Technicolor film, and it's an interesting read. It's hard to play. Well, what it's about is a convent being set up in an old palace in the Himalayas. Yeah. And it's a very, very stark and lonely place. And the nuns don't fare well there. And there's weird things, not weird things so much, but they don't wind up doing their what they should be doing, in the sense of what? Oh, well, yes. Smash that button. Oh, now we're down to 11. So
hallelujah.
Hallelujah. What was I say? But yeah, no, it's really good, because there's some really neat stuff in here of how they disintegrate mentally and physically at times because of the place.
What, bits fall off them? What?
Well, sort of, yeah.
The disintegrating nuns of the Himalayas.
No, it was fun. I want to read at least one other by her that was Jean Renoir film, The River, and I want to read that. But we're getting near the end. We're getting near the end. A Hornblower, Lieutenant Hornblower. Yeah, this is YA. It's sort of before YA existed. More juvenile, but I really enjoyed the second one more than the first one. And I'm going to do a video later tonight, and it'll be up tomorrow. So I'm not going to say too much about it. But I sort of realized I had read it as I was going through. And there was one area that I remembered this. Whoa. praise Sean. Hallelujah. Sorry, I'm gonna get excommunicated here from BookTube.
I don't think there are too many strict evangelicals in our community.
What was I saying? Oh yeah, there is one thing in here that I remembered the disliking when I first read it, and that's what I remembered mostly. But then actually rereading it, I saw it in a completely different light, which I'll be talking about in my video, and I won't say what it is at this moment because if you want to know, you'll have to watch the video.
Well, Sean wouldn't let me mention it in my piece because I finished the book. I listened to it as an audiobook, so I wasn't allowed to say that I read it. But so I did as well, and I really enjoyed it. And I have to say it's nice because the first 2 or the first 3 books are available, and I'm not paid by them or sponsored by them, available on Audible for free if you have a subscription, which I think is pretty good. So, you know.
Yeah. No, it's a different thing, but I just it's not reading. Simple as that.
No, I agree with you. It's not. I mean, it's a different action, but I think you can tick the book off as having been completed if you've listened to it. You just haven't read it.
I suppose so. Yeah. It's just
the information getting here is just by a different route.
But I can read it faster than I can listen to it.
That's true. But I do quite like, and sometimes, you know, when I finish later and my eyes are tired and I just want to lie in the bed and listen to somebody tell me a story. The only problem with that is, of course, within 10 minutes, I'm asleep. And then each day I have to go back, you know, rewind it wherever I think I was. So.
Well, that's the thing with a lot of this stuff. If it depends on who's reading it. Some people engage me and how their voices, but most don't. And that's
I would say this guy is really good. It's just, you know, I think anybody talking to you when you've got the lights off and you've had a long day, you know, can drift away.
And a Hornblower.
No, he was very good. He did captain the mental captain. He did him really well. I have to say.
The insane captain. Yeah, that's
paranoid captain. Yeah.
Last book that I read, which was so short, I did it last night and it only took me over an hour to read. It's for
sorry. I just saw Alexis's comment at the top.
Well, obviously your bits fall off. It's useless. I watch YouTube disintegrate during
it's pretty true.
Okay, well, we'll stop there for a second. This is for Second Childhood Book Quest. And this, again, was a pick by Brandy. It just happened that they doubled up. There will be a video about this that I've got scheduled for the 2nd. I think it is the 2nd, because I'm not counting this as April's read because I already did one for it. So it's going to be March's read. I'm cheating a little bit. However, I was going to start talking about this a little bit, that the Roald Dahl thing, there's something fishy and wrong about this text. It was originally written in 1973. It's an American one, and the bet that's in there should be $50, but they've changed it to £50. But everything else is the same, and you're going, wait a minute, why are these American kids betting in pounds?
Why do they need to do that? That's just weird.
It's ridiculous because, like, when I was reading, I'm going, oh, I didn't realize this was British. Then all of a sudden they're talking about a farm. And then they're talking about, you know, one other winter they made an igloo, and I'm going, this is not England. And then they mention New York City, and then they do other stuff, and you're going, yeah. And then I looked it up.
I mean, a kid that can read, that age that you're for that book that you've got these days, absolutely would know what a dollar was. They might not know how many dollars equal a pound, for example, but they would know that it was money in America.
I'm just trying to see. I don't see a date age on this, so I don't know what age it's supposed to be. But the thing is, too, it's like, what else? Because it says the text is 1990, I think.
Oh, they were dark days, the 90s. So yeah.
So the thing is, what else did they change? What else did they change? Because there's some nursery rhymes in here that are very British. So I don't think it, you know. So I think they've done some other stuff with them, but I'll talk more about it. But I did enjoy it. It was fun. It was there's some really funny little bits in it, and I thought it was fun. And it made me want to go out and get some worms and fry them up, you know, with some cornmeal and, you know, deep fry them, and with some ketchup, some horseradish and mustard, you know, yeah.
It's like I watched Vin from Revenant Reads' tag video today. He kindly tagged me in it, and he talked about how one of the prompts was, do you have like a go-to meal for special events? And he says when he has people over, he makes tacos. You know, there's a big plate of like all the taco meat and then all the different toppings. He puts it out and lets people. And since I watched that all day, I've been dreaming of tacos because it's just impossible. I wouldn't even know where to get a taco from here.
Oh, I haven't made my own. I haven't had a taco or anything like that for like 30 years, I think.
So, Aaron, instead of sending money, just send Shawn a Mexican takeaway.
What is here? Jenny Park. So we needed. Yeah, I think so. Yeah, I think you do need something.
Maybe I'm audioing. Would that work? I'm audibling. Audibling.
I do have PayPal. It's down in the description. I will take anything.
Yeah, especially Zimbabwean dollars. Do they use? I don't know what they use.
Well, if anybody has a Zimbabwean $1 billion or whatever note, I really want one.
Oh dear.
Nobody knows how many dollars equal a pound. It keeps changing recently. Probably about a $1.10. Yeah, somewhere that between 10 and 15, I would think. But it does change, yeah. Tacos.
Yeah. Tacos.
Okay, so that's yeah. So I've had a good week reading.
Very good, very productive. What about you guys? Have you been reading anything? If you want, of course, you can let us know in the comments. Right? Kind of curious. Kind of curious what these guys have been up to.
You can say what you're currently reading, and if you have anything coming up.
Okay.
For the thingies to come.
Absolutely. Well, of course, it's for the upcoming week as well, isn't it? So I'll do what I'm currently reading and what's coming up. I haven't finalized. See, I can't even remember the language that I am employed to teach. I haven't formalized my pop. Is that right? Pile of possibilities for March. But I will get to that in a second. So I'm currently reading, and I love it. Ivan Goncharov. Sorry, it's Goncharov. I double checked. It's Goncharov. The same old story, which is his first novel.
He's Mexican. It doesn't sound more It sounds more Mexican that way, doesn't it?
I don't know, but it's his first novel. You might know. I used it in an earlier video, so I've got it there. But you might know his most famous work. This one. He only wrote 3 novels, and he's excellent. I have to say, really excellent. It's extremely entertaining. It's funny. It's got great banter, great conversation as well between the characters. The dialogue between him and his uncle, fantastic. It's about a young, kind of naive aristocrat from the provinces, moves to the capital, St. Petersburg, capital at the time, St. Petersburg, to start a new life where he's hoping to become a poet. But of course, he's a sucker for everything. He gets, fleeced by people he thinks are his friends and all this kind of. All the while, his uncle's been saying, don't do this, don't do that. I told you so. And he has like these mementos from his girlfriend back home. His uncle just takes them and throws them out the window in the canal. He's like, it's not going to work out anyway. I'm saving you all the trouble and everything. Just get it out of the way. And I don't know what am I? I'm like 5 chapters in or something, but I think it's good. I think other people might enjoy it too. I'm also reading, I mentioned earlier in my last video, a book called Action and Passion. It's a great title, that, by Percival Christopher Wren, or PC Wren of Beau Geste fame. And that's good fun too, as you might expect. This is quite different. It's written in 1933, and he's kind of combining the adventure of Beau Geste with kind of hard-boiled American detective style of the 30s as well, I suppose, because it's about a boy called Sinbad, and apparently it's a series. I think maybe there's 3 novels, I guess. I don't know, maybe more. There's a short story as well, I think. So this boy called Sinbad, whose father was a sailor, an officer, an admiral, I can't remember, captain, I don't know. And his whole family's been, in the Navy since time immemorial. Anyway, his father dies, and his evil stepfather won't allow him to join the Navy. Instead, he has to join the Merchant Navy. And in the prologue at the beginning, all these things are happening. There's like this woman's trying to basically this English woman's basically trying to sell her daughter to a Chinese triad boss to marry, because he was Oxford educated and all that, this stuff. And he wants, because of course being English is so amazing, he wants his children to be even more English than he can be, right? They can be 3/4, because he's half, I don't know, I can't remember it all, but it's actually kind of good fun. There's a lot of stuff happening, a lot of things going on. And, I really enjoyed Beau Geste, and I didn't want to read the other Beau Geste books because there's a certain somebody sitting over here who I would quite like to read those with, because I think we both had a good experience with Beau Geste, didn't we? So, yeah. And that's what I've been reading, or still reading, rather. And when it comes to what's coming up, I suppose I should just grab it, actually. It's only over there. But it applies to you as well, Sean, because I keep forgetting that next week, the middle of next week, is March. So one thing we are starting, both of us, we are starting tomorrow or tonight or tomorrow, probably tomorrow, over the weekend anyway. We're starting it with Summer from Sterling Reads, and that's Honoré de Balzac's Lost Illusions, which I'm really looking forward to. And then, of course, when is it? Wednesday is the 1st of...
It is, yeah.
Is it? Yeah, Wednesday or Thursday?
Wednesday.
So Wednesday is the 1st of March, which heralds, of course, at least for me, the beginning of The Mysteries of Paris, which has really snuck up on me. So there we go. All, what is it? All, I know the print is bigger. It is bigger than Les Mis. All 1,363 pages of it. So I'll probably still be reading it next year. Sean will be finished. He'll start on Wednesday and be finished by Thursday morning, right?
Starting on a Wednesday, but I'll get to that.
So, sorry, I kind of took that away from you, because obviously you'll be reading that too this week. Are you going to start Mysteries of Paris this week?
No, it'll probably be the week after.
Okay.
Are you finished there, or do you have it?
Sorry, yeah, I am finished. Yeah, I can take a hint.
Yeah, well, no, it's just I was gonna do what I'm reading now, and then I'm coming. But Alexis saying there, I want to read Bimbos of the Death Sun. I want to read that.
I kind of wouldn't mind that too. Oh my goodness! Hang on a sec. Can you just skip down to the Sonia's comment?
We have a gothic.
Do we? Which one is it?
Oh yeah, it says of a justified sinner, James Hogue.
Ah, James Hoggs. Yeah. That's quite big though, isn't it?
No, it's not. I don't think so. That's less than 300 pages, I think.
Yeah, I just can't keep track. Yeah.
Gareth's saying that he liked Night of the Living Trekkies. Okay, what I'm reading now is
200 pages. Sorry, it's 200 pages.
Yeah,
that's okay.
Is this here? You've already read this, but I started it this morning, and I won't be finished tonight. If I would have kept reading after 12 noon, that I would. It potentially could have finished it today, but I'll finish it tomorrow, and then Lost Illusions, which is at my foot here, and so I'm going to do that, and then next week, the first I'll be reading, trying to think of the CP Snow, so Wednesday and a little bit probably Thursday, Conscious of the Rich, and then I move into this.
Oh, okay. Now I understand why you're not starting Mysteries of Paris.
Yeah, so I'll probably start this on Thursday, and I hope to have it finished by Monday or Tuesday the following week. Maybe Tuesday. Depends on how things go. And then I've got a couple other things to read, and then I'll do Mysteries of Paris. And then I have another, now I found another one because I got my Historathon. I've got my 1,200 page Cambridge Africa History of Africa. I'm going to see if I can push that through for March as well. Plus everything else.
Is it the 1,200 pages? It covers like a history of Africa, or that only covers the period we do from January to March?
It goes up to 500 BC.
Okay, so you have to read it in March then. Okay.
Yeah.
So are you trying to break January's the number of pages?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, the thing is, or since I found this, I could do this, but I think you want to read it as well. So, because for March, I've got the usual suspects. I've got the CP Snow, the Anthony Pohl. I've got the Hornblower, the Sackets, and I've got the James Hogg. I've got Will Sean Like It, Don Winslow, not Don Winslow of the Navy, but the other Don Winslow. That
French
Freeman, got me for Will Sean Like It. What else?
The French thing, our French work for the year.
Well, that's
Mysteries of Paris. Yeah,
Paris. Yeah, I did say that already.
Oh, did you? Sorry.
Yeah, these are extra ones. So, and then I'll see what else I can fit in there. I don't think I haven't made my list yet for March, to be honest.
It's amazing what you can do with those 2 extra days, isn't it?
What? Oh yeah, yeah. Well, that's the thing. well, see, that's the thing. Like I'm ahead of things. That's why I grabbed this. And I figured,
when's Easter this year? Is it in March or April?
Don't know. Why? You had something in mind for Easter?
No. I was just thinking it's a girl whipping season soon, so I should get practicing.
Okay. On that note, let's look at some. I'm way behind in the comments here. Hi, Gareth.
Hey, Gareth.
Hey, Gareth. We have a goth. Yes. Hello.
Hey, Scott.
The Death Sun. It's great. Yeah, I think I want to look for that. Anything with bimbos in the title is interesting. I'm just talking about the titles of books. I thought over 300. Oh, okay. Yeah, so it's just 200 pages. The
210 according to Wikipedia.
Yeah. And how many things are we going on in March? There's Mammoth Mysteries, anything else? Yeah, I guess I'm not really doing the mystery. Well, actually, I am doing the
Mysteries
mystery.
of Paris.
Well, it's not. Well, yes, I guess it is. And then there's the Don Winslow, which is, I guess, a crime thing. So I guess it is.
But there are some other events, aren't there? There's middle grade March, I think, is another thing.
Yeah.
Which we're not doing. Well, I suppose you might be doing if it's Will Sean like it. That might count.
No, well, no, that's definitely not that. The Don Winslow one is not that.
Oh, sorry, no, the second childhood one. Rather, I meant.
I've already done that. That's the fried things April
Right. Yeah.
one, which is.
I don't know. There are probably some other events, but I don't know.
But I might be able to throw something else in if I have time.
Yeah, the complete works of.
Well, maybe another Balzac. Maybe we could do another Balzac.
Could do. I've got a few of them now.
Because yeah, they're short ones. I'm using Audible doing versus text for the recognitions.
Mm-hmm.
I'm looking forward to that. The only thing that I'm that might slow me down is because while Alan was saying that there's foreign language that's in it, and it's not translated, I don't think, in the text. So I have to look outside to a site that Greg had shown me to see that. So that might slow down my reading. And I dislike it when they don't translate it, because it's like they say, well, if you can't read the language, then you shouldn't be reading the book. Well, up to you. I'm looking for a video on the history of Africa. Yeah, well, it's mostly that volume is mostly ancient Egypt, but that's if I realize I can't do it all, then I'll skip the ancient Egypt stuff and go for the sub-Saharan Africa or Sahel area or other Africa if I don't have the time. I think what's his name? Is it Brian? Is it Brian? He's got several of the volumes too that he bought, I think.
Bookish Brian or Brian from the
Brian from
Historathon. Yes, Brian from Historathon. Yeah, he does. I
remember the book How to Eat Fried Worms. Easter is in April, so there's your answer.
Mm-hmm.
April 9th, Scott says.
So I don't know, Scott, when you say April 9th, I'm guessing that's Easter Sunday, isn't it? So when do we have the Colada? It's the Monday. So that's what I'm looking forward to. Maybe I'll have to go live and do it. And everyone, because nobody believes me, I'm sure, that we go around, hitting the local girls on the backside and get given drinks and sweets and stuff in response. So I'll have to film it. I'll have to film it all.
Oh, here you go. Aaron says, this is from the Amazon description of Bimbos of the Death Sun. Hurling insults and furniture with equal abandon, the terrible tiny author proceeds to alienate ersatz, aliens, and make-believe warriors. Sounds good. Have you been working through A Distant Mirror? Unfortunately, it has been work more of... I'm not reading it, that one. I've read it before, long time ago.
I've got it, Paul, to read, but I wanted to read it for Historathon, so I'm having to wait until at least April to read it. So,
and he says she's late home. Have I missed the
tarot reading? It's down below. She's got it there.
Yeah, it's going to cost £50. You can hit the donate for a thank you button.
I see some fortune in your future, Sean.
Yeah.
Oh, wrong thing, isn't it? Oh, Freeman's comment there.
Yeah, currently reading Indigenous. Ooh, sounds interesting.
Now, this Pekla Hämäläinen, is he Finnish? Or is he American with Finnish lineage? Because
I'm not sure, but I've got his Cherokees.
Yeah, he's very good. But I don't know.
I want to read. Oh yeah, we didn't say this. Yeah, you got 100 subs. 1,
well, all I can say is about time.
Okay, so we'll announce it here. You're going to have to do a video. But after this video's up, anybody who's here and can think of it could put some questions for Mark under the video here, or wait for Mark to do, and we'll do it next week. We'll do it next week.
We could do that, actually. Yeah, I wasn't planning on doing a Q&A. I was going to do something else. But you see, the problem is these, most of the people who watch this know pretty much everything about me. My life's an open book. But yeah, of course, if you want to, by all means, that would be fine. And thank you very much. I really appreciate it, actually. I will say that to you all. I really do appreciate it, because I know pretty much all of you who are here also watch my channel, and I am very humbled by it, to be honest. I might joke and say things like, oh, it's about time, but yeah, it means a lot, doesn't it, Shawn, when you get to that milestone? It seemed, to me, I'm not that fussed now. It seemed like the part I wanted to reach, and that's fine. Obviously, yes, of course, it would be nice to have, another 5,000 or something, but I'm extremely happy with that. Thank you, everybody. Really, it's very, very decent of you all. Sorry, Yuri, I talked over you there.
Yeah, Yuri said, hey, guys, I understand your reading isn't driven by current events, but how about an anti-war reading or a separate video on best anti-war books from different epochs and a different... That's a neat idea. There's lots of
idea, Yuri. That's an excellent idea.
Yeah, you can get stuff that's fiction and nonfiction there as well.
I read a fantastic book last year by James Salzer, and I cannot for the life of me now remember the name. It's about fighter pilots in Korea, and it totally wasn't something I would have picked up, but it was brilliant. It was brilliant. It just showed, it was very much anti-war, and the what do you call it? The damage, the psychological damage it does to people, and I cannot remember the name. But it's not a very big book, and I would recommend it to anyone, because, as I said, it wasn't something that I thought, oh yeah, that's right up my alley, and I'll give it a go. And I was really, really glad I did.
We could extend that to Parlabane says The Hunters.
Yes. Thank you.
Back to this, we could extend that to films. And yours and mine, great film, Zulu. That's definitely anti-war.
It is, isn't it?
And then you mentioned Korea. MASH is another film that's anti-war. And like, my dad actually was he drove an ambulance in the Korean War.
Oh, okay.
Scott says A Distant Mirror is on the list, like the Zimmerman Telegram. Was good and short, also by Tuckman. I haven't read the Zimmerman Telegram, but yeah, I've read
that.
August. What is it? August 1914.
The Guns of August.
Yeah, the Guns of August. That's it. Yeah, and The Distant Mirror, and I really like those, but it's a long, long time since I read them. And then Steve, I think Steve's next one is Wolf Hall, and I really don't have any interest in that at the moment, and it'll be a long time before I ever do, I think.
Well, I want to, but it's impossible for me.
Well, like Gareth says, doing a Q&A is nice, even if it's just an excuse for celebrating. It's with a conversation similar to this. It's still a nice thing to celebrate. Go for it. Yeah, I think when I get to 2,000, if I ever do, because it's very difficult to go up, and I'll take a Q&A, but I'm not going to guarantee that they're going to be truthful answers.
But going back to this thing when you're saying it's hard to grow past where you've been for a while. I mean, there's a chap I know who has a channel called An Englishman in the Balkans, and he lives in Bosnia-Herzegovina. Yeah? He's retired there, married a woman from there, and he has a very nice channel. And he has, I think, around 3,500 subscribers, but his channel is dead. It's weird. He has these subscribers, but he has almost no interaction, almost no likes, almost, it's almost like people, like his videos are put out there and then they're just kind of lost in the ether. And I just felt really bad for him, because he does really, it's really interesting.
Well, yeah, that's the thing. It's like, every time I get into 10, Like I think I'm now at the 1650s, and it takes me so long to break out of that. And like I get up and break out, and then it goes back, and then it just yo-yos back and forth, for so long, and then all of a sudden something happens, and then you're in the next 10, and then it's the same thing. It's just a yo-yo back and forth. And when you start thinking this, like the people, it's like and like if nobody, like you look at your likes or your views, and even people who have tens of thousands of subscribers, their likes don't sort of matter. So most of their subscribers are not watching their stuff, and then the ones that watch it, most of them aren't liking it, which seems pretty weird.
This is the weird thing when these subscriptions go up and down, because I think I really think that when they go down, when the subs are lost, it isn't people actively unsubscribing, because people just don't do it. I mean, if you unsubscribe for somebody, Shawn, it's probably because they've done something you just don't like. It's not like their video pops up and you say, "Oh God, I'm not gonna," who's this, or why am I? You just leave it. It's not. I mean, I think most people leave it. That's why you get these channels with like loads of subs and few views, because nobody can really be bothered to unsubscribe. I mean, there's loads I would unsubscribe from. Not necessarily BookTube ones, of course, but I'm just like, Well, since you got 26
people watching here now, I'll go back to the thing, because with the number of people you got, if everybody gave me 50p in for something like that for every month, I'd be doing okay. Everybody, so anyway, but in lieu of that, you could do the thank you button and send me money.
If 26 people gave you 50p a month, that would sort you out.
1,650 some subscribers.
Oh, if all of your subscribers gave you 50p a month. Well, it's only £800 a month. Is that enough for you?
Yeah, it would supplement nicely. I could actually then buy the meat that my doctor says I'm supposed to have because of the anemia that COVID has caused.
You're supposed to eat red meat?
Yeah, I'm supposed to eat, and so it means steak, basically.
It's like Jerome K. Jerome, isn't it? When he get at the beginning of 3 Men in a Boat, where he gets his prescription and he takes it to the chemist, and the chemist's like, "Not sure I can help you with this. You need to go to the butcher." it's like.
As far as anti-war, I am thinking about the Forever War. Yeah, you could do the science fiction stuff too, and Catch-22, definitely, and film there as well. I'm off to wheat.
Well, we know what Alan would do with his 50p donations from everybody. Then. Tacos.
Exactly, Shawn. Why let the truth get in the way of entertainment? Yeah, that's the thing. It's like if you like I don't like, the thing is, I lose subscribers for doing stuff like the what was the tag? The finish tag or something like that.
Finish the book.
Yeah, and I did a bit of a farce on that, and I lost subscribers because I said, where do you put your books when you're done? Where the sun doesn't shine.
Sensible advice.
Yeah, and then it says, what are your rituals when you finish the book? And I said, well, if I loved the book and somebody else didn't like it, I hunt them down and I sacrifice them on a pyre of books that I hated and they liked.
See, I said something like I said, I burn the book and then dance around it naked, but I didn't get any comments for that. See, that's the thing. Give Shawn your money, or he will burn his book collection and dance around naked in Alive. That's a threat.
Yeah. Ding 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 ding.
No.
Yeah. I'm gonna take it off if you don't start sending money. We've gone down from 26 to 23.
It's like an opposite OnlyFans, isn't it? That's what you could do. Have an opposite OnlyFans,
Well, it's like Baldrick. It's like what is it? was it Baldrick that on Blackadder where they had to pay people, like they put them out to prostitution, and they actually had to pay people to, they were losing money. Yeah, that's the way it is, Gareth. Yeah, you lose it's already 3 steps ahead and 2 back, or 2 steps ahead and 3 or whatever.
It's almost like it's kind of recalibrating itself from time to time, because I often find when I do lose them, they reappear.
Yeah, some do. And the thing is too, and I know that all of a sudden I go, I haven't seen this person on my subscription list, and then I go to their page, and I'm not subscribed anymore, and I never unsubscribed from them, and that happens quite a bit.
Yeah. I bet it happened with me a few times, right, Sean?
Yeah, well, that's the thing. But some people didn't seem to like the humor, Gareth. And when because I've been going on about reviews and stuff like that. So I talked about doing a review on stage. Same word.
Yeah, no, I agree, Yuri. I think it is definitely worth a video. In fact, Gareth's probably run off to make one now. No.
Yeah. Well, actually, it'd be a cool maybe event to do, like a reading event, like in a month or something like that. That could be.
Well, you can do can't you do like a raising money function with monetization?
How do you mean? What?
Like an anti-war
charity?
charity?
Oh yeah, I don't. Yeah, you probably could.
Or ShawnDStandfast book fund charity. Either way.
Well, the thing is, like, there's a few GoFundMe things that I'd like some people to do, but one I might get arrested for, or actually I'll lose everything.
I still think the OnlyFans thing's a good idea, though.
What to say? Yeah, if you don't, but then in what way? In what way?
No. I mean, like reading erotica or something like that. You could pull out the blue books.
What? Pull out what?
The blue books. Or you could be one of these people who just takes pictures of their feet for foot fetishizers.
Well, I could take pictures of my bloated leg that has had cellulite in it before. I'll probably get very rich on that. Well, Alexis was saying it happens to her as well, losing. And then Gareth saying I go a bit mad worrying about sometimes about if the videos that is a bit different in subject matter would lead to losing subs, but I put them up anyway. Yeah, I don't like, you wind up saying something. It's like somebody made a comment or something, and I don't know what he was referring to. He quoted in a quotation saying, "I'm done with you." And like, I tried. He must have deleted I think it was a he, and must have deleted the comment because I was just going to put goodbye.
Well, I had a weird thing yesterday because I didn't get a notification about it. But when you go into the YouTube studio and it has like the circle at the top and it's like your mentions.
Yeah.
And this was, I don't know, 9 o'clock at night or something, and it said 5 hours ago, Criminoli. And I looked on it, and there was a comment from Criminoli, not to me, but in reply to a comment he'd put on my video that someone had replied to him. And when I clicked on it, I couldn't see his comment, and I couldn't see the other person's comment, but I could see in the preview that there was something nefarious going on. Like he was having this row with someone and it got nasty because in the preview part, and probably rightly so, but I don't know what the other guy said. Ollie's saying something like, I'll have to, block you from my channel as well because this is, and I have no idea what it is because I don't know why I can't see it. When I go and look on the video, I can't see the things there, but they are still there because Ollie looked.
Try the newest because you got, top.
Yeah, I did. But the problem is, if anyone's watching and they're curious, I'm quite curious if you can see it too, but I don't know why it's on my channel and I can't see it. The video I did about, I think it's the Roald Dahl one. There's a comment there from Criminoli, and there's like 15 replies, but I can't see most of them. And it's really frustrating me because it's like, oh, there's something juicy going on here, and I can't see what it is. So,
Jenny says the darker the humor, the better. Yeah. Omnipotent Poobah. You guys have switched places. I was just thinking that Mark isn't normally as bearded as that. Yeah, well, you see, when it's on my channel, I'm on this side, and then when that's channel or.
welcome everybody.
So there's that way we can do it as well. Yeah, no, yeah, I think that could be an interesting thing in anti-war. Let's figure out what month or something like that. But a charity for the anti-war video, Ukraine charity for. Yeah, I don't know how that would work, but I suppose you could do something like that. But I don't know how many pennies we could raise for something like that. You know, that's the thing.
Yeah, I mean, we have a lot of war refugees here. I mean, we're a small town, and I guess we have, I don't know, maybe over 200. What's illegal, Jenny?
No, I said I think it's in reference to my statement of GoFundMe campaigns.
Yeah, but you can get yourself done up as a registered charity now. It seems
a lot of people seem to do it, yeah. But no, I want to GoFundMe. I've got I want a GoFundMe account for some to fund my science fiction reference library.
And then what's going to happen then? Eventually, you're going to bequeath it to a university or to the nation, or?
Oh, I would probably do if I ever had enough, but I there's no way I would ever have enough. That's the thing.
No, because you actually have to move about in the place you live in. So
yeah, well, that's the thing. That's the other thing.
But of course, if there are so many science fiction fans out, I mean, I can't think of anyone better to do a project like this, to be honest. Then it is valid to use the money for that charity or the non-profit organization, non-government organization, or something you would be starting to do this. It would be valid to use the donations to get a premises in which you could live. Upstairs and downstairs could be the research center or library for your science fiction reference library.
Yeah, but the foundation they've actually got a library of that kind of stuff too, a lot better. A war against tyranny, slavery, and genocide, in my mind, is valid. Everybody has to fight to be free. Yeah, Tom Petty. Yeah, yeah. Poor Tom Petty. There was two singers that passed in the last, that died in the last couple 5 or 6 years that really hit me more than anything else, and it was Tom Petty and Dolores O'Riordan. With special interests you can cater to. Well, yeah, I think he's talking about my leg.
Well, yeah, or your feet.
Oh, you can't afford to look at my feet.
You see, but there are people who do it, and I'm probably not like that. I mean, but I do, and I think I mentioned it before. I do love to watch those pimple popping videos. I don't know what it is. I just get some form of like, it's not sexual satisfaction, but like for sense of well-being when I see this woman, jab a giant blackhead and stuff. I don't know. It's like it's something interesting about it to me.
It just reminded me about feet. When I was in Canada, when I had my bookshop, somehow there was some Russian students that were in Moscow that found my page and everything, and they were going to university for one was going for dress design or costume designing, and the other one was doing English literature. So they would buy like huge boxes of books from me because I had a lot of remainders. Mm-hmm. But they were cam girls. They were cam girls, and because I'd start talking to them through email and
What's
everything.
A cam girl?
What? A cam girl? Where the punters pay for them to take off their clothes and do whatever.
Like online strippers, like on OnlyFans or something.
Yeah. But this is like 20 years ago or so, before anything like that was up.
It was like
But my point is that they started talking about their job, and the one had a huge punter
personality
that would pay a lot of money to look at her feet, and they'd go private to look at her feet, but only if she went and made them really dirty, it's like.
So if she got her feet dirty, someone paid her loads of money to watch them on the internet.
And then I got the money for and they bought books with them and then resold them as well.
Huh. And where are they? Like Russians?
Yeah, they're in Moscow. But like I say, this is 20 years ago. It sort of lasted them buying like every month a huge box of books for like about 6 or 8 months. And then I don't know what happened. I've seen that, Mark. I've watched videos and seen a comment with a reply, which I click and you can't see the reply. Yeah,
but it seems weird that it's on my channel and I can't see it and other people can. It makes me feel that people could be having, I'm getting paranoid like Captain What's-His-Face. People could be plotting against me in my own comment section and I wouldn't know it. Yes, Alexis, I am deranged. Oh, sorry. I was looking at the next one. What's this?
Yeah, no.
There you go. Edgar needs an operation.
Yeah, well, that's. I know people do that, but it's like, I see what I could do is I could do really slick videos, couldn't I? And this beautiful face could be sculptured, so I could make lots of videos and money, but can't be arsed.
Well, you could do AI, couldn't you? You could turn yourself into an AI Russian cam girl. BookTube channel.
Well, that's the thing with the beard, and that probably would make lots of money.
God. The bearded lady, it's back. I'm not, but Alexis, you would be surprised how many people who are seemingly normal like to watch those kind of videos too. And if anyone's just joining, I'm talking about pimple popping ones, not.
Well, there's other ones too.
Actually, Jenny, yes, there is something satisfying about seeing that. I think it was some advert. They showed these like ear cleaner thing that actually has a camera on it when you stick it in your ear, and then it has like these little, I don't know, tweezers or cleaners or something on the end, so you can actually stick it in. And there is something satisfying seeing somebody have a huge lump of earwax like pulled out of their ear. Yeah, I'm with you. I'm with you, Jenny.
They're going to be
all the way.
And then what you can do is the earwax, then you make candles and sell them.
I'm sorry, I just saw Aaron's comment.
A cam girl is like a booktuber, but with their dignity intact after behavior.
That's true. I can imagine.
We got to screenshot that to keep it. I agree with Elvis. I absolutely love videos. Elvis
likes them too. Don't you, Elvis? It's all right, Gio. If you, I don't know. I'm Mark, by the way. My dog's Elvis. That's why I've got the name of the channel there.
Oh, well, yeah, Alexis. Yeah, Sean, you will shave your beard if you reach 1,000 pounds in donations. That's Elvis. Yeah. Yeah, and and for 2,000, I shaved my head as well.
Yeah.
And for 10, I'd shave every places.
Live.
My arms, my
live
eyebrows.
on YouTube.
My knuckles.
Even your back.
Yeah, well, Alexis, start me up a GoFundMe, and let's start promoting it.
Yeah.
And then you won't see me ever again. It's like, what was it? Haggard to Horrible or something. There was a cartoon, and it was always a character. The cartoon character always had a beard, and like the one cartoon strip was, why did I ever grow a beard? And then he's shaving it off, and it's like this little chin and everything. He goes, oh, that's why.
Yeah, it's true. I think that's true a little bit, but it's my own fault partly because, I thought I would I would have a dog like Steve Donahue's Frida who would like sit quietly behind him all the time. Instead, mine runs around the place playing things I have to, which is fine. But obviously, when you're on camera, it's kind of funny because a lot of people probably just wonder what the hell I'm doing when you see me reach over and then just move randomly throughout my videos.
No, but the best one was when he threw it at you the other time.
How cool was that? Yeah, it just caught it on the thing. Yeah, because it looks like he's just off camera. And he's like, "Mark, give me attention." But I really plan once I finally get the house built and everything. Don't ask me when. I don't know yet. Hopefully, the spring it will start to have a setup where it will be better. The problem I've got here is I live in a very long flat. It's quite narrow. It's not very easy to have a place with the books behind me. I sometimes move the chair the other side of the table, but it's very, very cramped there and it blocks the door. So, we'll get there one day. If you stick with me, we'll go through the process of building a house in the Czech Republic, which of course I'm sure you'll all be fascinated by. It's a very bookish thing to do, but no doubt it will be an epic adventure, I'm sure, and it will probably be a lot more bookish in the background and more, more dog action as well. So,
that is a good question, Alexis. Like, what's the very first vampire monster novel? Not Jules Verne. The first English one really is John Polidori. That was done in 1818, 1819. But at the same time, I've found another one. It's called The Black Vampire, but I think it was done in French. So it would be interesting to compare that to see. And I don't think it has anything to do with skin color. I think it was just,
It got me thinking of like what were those films in the 70s where they had like those American films? Sorry?
Blackula?
Something like that. Yeah, that's what I was thinking of. Those. Yeah. What do they call them? There was a whole series of films.
Blaxploitation films.
Blaxploitation films. Yeah, that's what I was thinking of just then. I was like, oh, yeah.
But yeah, no, there's that is sort of the earliest, and just to come back to April and May, there'll be Vampirl and Maypire, which is a vampire event that Brandy at Booklectic is doing, and I'm joining her for some of the stuff. And I'm going to read through. I'm going to do, well, since I now know about this Black Vampire one, I'm going to read those and then read sort of chronologically some stuff.
Don't forget Dumbass.
Yeah, and I actually have that now. So
you got it now?
Yeah, I bought a used copy for £1.25.
Well, I don't think you sent it to me.
Well, why would I send it to you when I want to keep it?
No, we normally exchange photos, don't we?
No, I guess I don't know why I didn't.
So you mine, you show me yours, that kind of thing, right?
You're supposed to mention that.
It's terrible. We taunt each other, not on a daily basis, but quite fairly regularly. Look what arrived for me in the mail. I'm like, oh, I'm so jealous.
Yeah, and there's not that many these days. You flood me with them most of the time.
It's true. Yeah.
Sounds pinky. Oh, okay. Yeah, Dumbass.
Alexander Dumbass.
It's like scrotum.
Ball sack. On the raid to ball sack. Sorry, it's very infantile, puerile sense of humor with us too. Apologies. See, I think Aaron's right. A cam girl would definitely have more dignity and tact after that video than us two. It's
and
true.
more money as well.
And definitely more money. That's so. I suppose because like I don't know, on OnlyFans they pay a subscription or they do this kind of thing. Like you give them what, like thank yous or something, like money donations as they go.
I
Or
don't know how it really works. I've only been on it once, and it was to look at Juan's to see because he
Juan.
I couldn't find out because I knew he was plugging it on his Instagram, and I thought and he's like, I think he's reading disturbing passages from books, and I didn't know, but it's a subscription that I saw, and I assume it must be something similar that you can just do the thank you type thing and just give money, but I don't think all of them charge for OnlyFans, but they're doing different. They're doing it for different things. Like there's cosplayers.
I think this requires further research.
Yeah,
and
well,
if it's more research, there's nothing wrong with that, right?
Yeah, but no, it's just like because Instagram, I like people will, and I'll see stuff on Twitter too, occasionally where cosplayers will have an OnlyFans thing because what they do is they go to conventions and they film stuff and take photos, and I think the ones that I haven't been, so that's the thing, I've only been on it once because you have to, I think, join somehow to even look at it. It's even free.
See, everybody, you see, this is the thing. You're just misleading all your viewers. The fact that you are asking for money is to feed your cam girl habit. Your OnlyFans habit. Yeah, send me £5. I can go on OnlyFans. Yeah, no, I think it's
because I know they do that, like because it's an outlet and they put stuff up on Instagram and Twitter too, but I don't know why. Maybe they do some stuff that's a bit risque that Instagram wouldn't like or something like that. I don't know, and I guess there's no censorship on OnlyFans. I have no idea.
Well, there must be some kind of I'm sure there must be some kind of rules though, right? I mean, you wouldn't be allowed to do like any kind of exploitative things.
Yeah, also, yeah.
I would imagine.
Yeah, but the thing
anyway.
It's like when you put up a picture of an old master on like Twitter or Facebook or Instagram that there are breasts on it that aren't covered up, you get deleted or you get banned from it.
Not anymore.
No?
No, I was how did I come across this? How did I come across something where I would know that nudity was okay on Instagram? Yeah, that's it. I followed this I can't remember now. It's a dog thing actually. Like cute dogs or whatever. And I was flipping through it and the reels or something. And then suddenly, like there was a camera of one of these big vans in America, yeah. And the door was open and there were two people in there doing something they shouldn't have been doing with the van door open. You know, the van was rocking and you didn't need to go knocking because the door was open. And I was thinking, this can't be right, because it's like Cute Dogs Daily or something. Maybe it was Cute Dogging Daily and I didn't notice, but it was like cute Dogs Daily. I'm like, what the hell is this? And so being a good citizen, I actually reported it because I thought it's disgraceful. Because I know, like, for some people, it's a big thing when they have their accounts like hacked and, it's like stealing from them. So I reported it. And that's what it said. We review nudity following this criteria. If it's nudity of like a classic work of art or a woman breastfeeding or a woman who's undergone mastectomy, is that right? Yeah, it's mastectomy. Then this is okay. But scenes showing, for I don't know, sexual gratification or sexual things are not okay. That's how I know.
Oh, okay, because I know I did a vampire video for last year's Horror Mayhem, that the Bookish Bryants did, and the cover had a painting of a woman with bat wings, but she was wearing, like, it's from the 1800s, and she was wearing one of these body suits. But it looks like the way it was painted, it looks like she was naked, but there was no definition of anything. So I used just the top part, so it could cut her off about mid stomach, and they banned it because they're saying it's breasts. And I'm going, yeah, but every woman has breasts, and they're covered up, you know. But I had to change the thumbnail. I had to change the thumbnail, and I just thought that was stupid.
Outrageous.
Some very hard research that leaves you by yeah, well, that usually happens when I just get up to walk to the next room as well. Or somebody spraying perfume. Then I get out of breath and sweaty. And then I need an ambulance.
Yeah.
So, okay, so what have we done now? We've gone from what we're reading to cam girls to dogging.
I blame Ballsack, of course. It all started with him. So.
And so, yeah, so we just have to get back to, you know, our super chat here. And, you know, Aaron took the lead and, you know, is showing all of the followers to, you know, hallelujah, hit that thank you button.
I'm almost tempted to send you something, Sean, just to shut you up. No, yeah, I don't know. And is there anything else coming up for you in terms of reading? Is that it? Are we done on the reading front?
Yeah, it's like I haven't done everything for March, but I still need to organize, I guess, for everything, because I got so many things. Like I got to find that Rob Graham or Graham Rob or whatever his name is.
Graham Rob, yeah.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what, Jenny, if you give Sean a super chat, we'll stick the camera inside his ear.
Oh, God. Oh, okay. Thank you.
I love seeing these words when they're used as verbs. It's great, isn't it? I PayPal'd you.
PayPal.
I PayPal'd you.
I'll take a look at that later.
Are you talking about the PayPal or the cam girls?
Well, no, somebody there is, that just reminded me, there is there's several porn sites. Okay.
Oh, okay. Is this one of these a friend of mine stories?
No. It was on a news feed.
Oh, yeah,
and during the pandemic, this philosophy, I think it was philosophy. He was an academic professor. And
I hope she's not holding me. She's not. Get that camera down your ear. I did say ear, not rearing.
Let me tell the story. This philosopher was doing lectures on YouTube, and he wasn't getting hardly any following. So he put his lectures up on a porn site, and then it's like it put ads on, I guess, like YouTube, and he started making a whole bunch of money off this.
It was, I know exactly what you mean, because I heard about this as well, and I think it was maths, and he was maybe from Taiwan, I want to say.
But there's no nudity with it. He's just doing a lecture.
No. But he was successful. He got like hundreds of thousands of followers because people actually found it kind of interesting. So it's kind of funny, isn't it? Oh no! Oh my God, no!
You've heard of foot fetishes, how now make way for earwax extraction fetishes. Yeah, I'm sure there are. Some booktubers are about to make a killing, finally one up those cam girls in terms of money, at least. Well,
What's
well,
it
the
going to
thing
feel?
is,
Wax tube?
oh, well, you, you had your peak. Actually, we're going up in subscribers.
Oh my gosh.
If he wants to use my payment to work, look at cam girls, that's okay. I do not judge.
And what was it you called me earlier? Deranged because I watch pimple popping videos? Doesn't harm anyone. There's nobody exploited in the making of pimple popping videos.
Well, that's the thing. It's like who's exploited with the with that? It's the person who's paying the money.
Honestly, yeah, it could
Well,
be.
I don't think it's always that way. Like I'm sure there's.
It depends on, I imagine, the place where they work. I mean, I don't know. Do they all work at home, or is it like an office?
What is it OnlyFans? OnlyFans? I
don't know.
I think it's just.
I don't know much about it really.
I think it's just individuals doing it. Like I say, I don't know much about it. I was only on it because I was talking to you and saying Juan was doing it.
You were talking to me. Oh, okay. Sorry.
About Juan. About reading.
You're on Cam Girl. Was it got OnlyFans because you needed to talk to me? Like, oh, excuse me, my audience. Shawn just needs to ask me a question. Let me throw something on. I have no idea, Yuri. It was at the beginning. You know, we did our obligations, and we will make your video on the anti-war thing. I think that's a great idea.
Yeah. Well, yeah. The thing is, it starts out of we do our Friday reads, and then we take wherever the conversation goes.
It's related somehow. It's related because it was about the boxes of books that these strippers were buying from you. Yeah.
Well, they weren't. I guess you call them stripper. Like I don't know. Like is there a difference? Would a stripper be offended to be associated with a cam girl, or would a cam girl be offended being associated with a stripper?
Well, I think a stripper is just an analog version of a cam girl.
Yeah, but I think cam girls do other things in their private chats.
Other things. Well, a friend of mine told me strippers have like champagne rooms and stuff or whatever where other things go on. So is that different?
Oh, okay. Where are these places?
Good friend of mine. I don't know. I can't remember who told me that, but you know.
Yeah, Alexis is asking, are they popping pimples on their butt? Is that where they work?
No, these are like, it's not just pimples. Where's Jenny? I'm sure she watches this stuff. You know, it's not pimple. It's like pimples and blackheads and the ones that I actually freak me out, but are kind of interesting is those ones where you get those ingrowing hairs. I don't know. Have you seen them? Yeah. And the hairs start to like grow under the, and then like when she pulls it out, and it's like it just, I don't know. I just find it really wow.
Well, I know somebody who like there's ones that are toenail clippings as well, and you know this podiatrist you know does toenail clippings, and that's very popular as well.
Back to books, then. You just reminded me. Did we talk about this? Was it you I was talking about it with? Was someone I was talking to told me they found when they bought a secondhand book and they opened it up and inside, like in the spine part, were somebody else's toenail clippings.
Oh no, not me. I've had everything. I've had used condoms. I've found.
That's what I was going to ask you. You see, that's a video, isn't it? You know, we come up with them now and get. What are the worst things you found inside a used book?
Yeah, well, I think a used condom would be for me. But no, well, no.
What was the book though? What was the book where someone deposited a used condom? What was it? Do you remember the book that it was actually inside? It might have some kind of meaning.
I think it was a coffee. I can't remember what it was. A coffee table book of some sort. But it was probably art book.
See, I don't think that's fair, Jenny, because we actually did the topic. We did it for the first like half hour, 40 minutes.
And then
And
that's
then we
the
went
thing,
off.
and then we move
Whereas
on.
Steve, bless him, Steve just gets distracted. And of course, to be fair to him as well, he gets like, I don't know, 100 people shooting up and down. We did our bit first, and now we're just chilling out. You know, it's like we've done our work, and now we're spending time with our good friends.
Removed. Oh, crikey! I think that's where belly button Flint
solidifies.
Yeah, I think so.
You know, Geo Craftsman, you've given me something new to look up. That sounds really interesting.
Yeah, I don't know where Steve is. He must have a deadline. Friday reads and pimples. Yeah, that could be.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's usually like we just sort of natter on after. But you came in at the wrong time, Yuri.
That's the thing, guys, because like, you know, we usually, if we finish the live, we natter on about something for a bit afterwards, don't we? So like just the two of us, at least this way, you know, rather than me having to put up with, you know, Sean by myself, at least I have support from the rest of you. So
yeah, and you know, well, it's too cold to be here. No, I won't even go there. Maybe we can sum up him like that.
I think you have to say his name 3 times, no?
Now he's
whilst looking on the mirror with your underpants on your head.
That's a knock on the door. That's not appearance here. That's appearance at your door. You don't want to do that strong of magic. But yeah. No, well, thanks everybody for stopping by, and thanks Aaron, and
are we finishing up?
And well, not quite yet, but Alexis. But I'm just saying thanks for the cash, man.
Yeah, thanks. It'll keep him quiet for a bit. Yeah, well, it's on my channel next week, you know. So,
and Mark's gonna do OnlyFans research, and
yeah, I'll report back next Friday. Exactly. I should vlog it. That would be my OnlyFans experience vlog. Yeah. So
there'll be black spots on the screen. You know, like blotting out, censoring. Anyway. Great that you go off topic. Very okay.
Yeah, probably wasn't the best choice. We haven't, but to be fair, you guys have not been doing your job. We've only had one person tell us what they were reading.
Well, there was a couple. But the thing, and then we just it didn't happen. It's weird because we just waited a long time while we were nattering on, and there was nothing happening. Nobody was saying. So
I think people were just so shocked. They were like, I can't believe what I'm watching. What have I come into? So
what's happening is everybody's sending me money via PayPal. They really are. Everyone. And what?
To keep his clothes on.
Yeah, and or hitting that thanks button. Whoa, now we're getting some stuff here. Perhaps you could show your collection of trollops on the OnlyFans. Yeah, I've got a few trollops. Yeah, very, very special editions as well. You know,
I want to go back to the worst things you found. I mean, a used condom is pretty horrific to find in a secondhand book, but anything else?
Well, Polaroids of nudes and sexy Polaroids. Those were always interesting. let me see. Oh, I had a slice of bacon as a
It's a bacon as a bookmark.
yeah. Some
Cooked
bologna,
or raw?
peanut butter and jam sandwich, things like that. Brandy has got one. She won't touch the book. Is somebody's used as a bookmark is a flosser.
Oh my God. So you
Um,
found all that stuff, but you've never
oh,
found the Zimbabwean $1 billion.
no,
No.
I do want to get one because it'd be just kind of cool to have. Sonia's saying she's reading The Time Traveler's Wife. Yeah, I haven't read that.
Awesome. I've heard a lot of good things about it, but I haven't read it.
Finishing the first Bradbury deep dive book this weekend. So I'll be going on video of that. Really pleased it started.
Oh,
Yeah, cool.
Bradbury, good stuff. I don't know that book.
No, we need to pat him on the back, maybe, because he's to get some breathing back.
Jenny's still on the cams.
I'm going to start the road in a couple of days after finishing Darkest Deepest. I don't know that one. I've never even heard of Cam Wolf. Have you? Don't know that.
Oh, I thought it was a Cam Girl reference. What is it? Darkest, Deepest. Okay, right, yeah.
Well, I'm assuming it's not. Maybe it could be, but I don't think it
No,
is.
it's not.
Yeah, the road. I'd like to actually read that sometime because it's supposed to be dystopian, or not dystopian, post-apocalyptic. But I just haven't got around to it. Everyone else was shocked whilst I was egging you to. Yeah, but we went up to like almost 30 subscribers. We're still at 20. So if people were that shocked, they wouldn't be here unless they're all reporting us. Yeah. You do need to check. But the best thing I think found in a book, is it Salisbury? I think it's Salisbury Cathedral, their library. Some students around 1400 killed a rat in a book, and it's been sitting in the book since then, and it's still in the book.
Charming.
Spencer's Am I Ready? Oh yeah, cool. But the bookmark convo is much better than what I'm reading. I work at the post office. If any Zimbabwean currency shows up, I'll grab it. Oh, cool.
Awesome.
Cam is another booktuber from Australia. Oh, okay.
Okay. So it's a booktuber.
So it's a Cam who's a Cam. Sorry, I shouldn't be making that kind of joke, I guess. Yeah, the Forsyth Saga.
I was thinking you're the second person today to say you finished that, but then that's what you said in my comment, and I haven't replied yet, but I totally agree with you that John Galsworthy is great, and you should look at his other things, his short stories, his
yeah. I because Parlabane, you've mentioned that, because I do want to read it. I've put that in my wish list on Amazon. Just putting that out there for everybody. There's still time to read once a month to the end of the year.
But I was a bit disappointed in your comment when you included Jerome K. Jerome in that list. I do understand that a lot of people would probably put him there, but I think, Sean, we can mention at least 3 or 4 books by him, couldn't we? So, but I appreciate that we're not normal in many ways, but I think it's but I'll reply later. Oh, Alex!
I found money.
I thought she sent it to you. I thought it was a.
Well, if somebody wants to send me $1 million, or no, $1 billion. Probably the $1 billion Zimbabwean dollars probably worth a half a cent or something like that, a half a penny. What was I going to say? Yes, I found money in books before, and I've lost money in books before because I've somehow got it mixed up in a book.
Well, it seems that Jason Harrigan's the one to get books from, though. He uses his books like a bank account. So
yeah. Tuckman's Distant Mirror, Dance, enjoying it.
Steve said it was easy as pie.
But he also doesn't like other things that are good. He doesn't like
Well,
he doesn't like
you know,
reading.
not. Yeah, he doesn't. I can't honestly. Yeah. I do find I get overprotective definitely when I love a book and then other people say it's not very good. It does make that's why your video hit home a little bit with me because I thought, yeah, I could go over to their house and punch them in the face or hit them over the. I mean, slag off Les Miserables, come to your house, hit you over the head with it, and then probably spend the rest of my life in jail because it's so heavy it would probably have done you in.
No, the thing is, the whole point of that was, how people are on BookTube, or some can be so protective that if you say you don't like a book they love, I haven't you seen videos of people going ballistic at that? That's what that is. It's. I'm not serious about it, but people must have thought I was serious because I lost subscribers for that.
Well, look, I mean, just look how I was, a little bit emotional over the whole Roald Dahl thing. I mean, people are right. It probably was a bit of a storm in a teacup, which seems to have been resolved to some degree, at least at the moment. But yeah, you can get emotional about these things, and they can be personal to you. I have a lot of memories and a big part of my childhood tied up in that. You see, so to think that somebody would mess with it actually personally did upset me. I mean, Brian at Bookish did a very good video on it, but he was able to, take a few days, think it out properly, rather than, I was lying in bed, going to read something, and I was just, browsing through my phone. I was like, what the hell is this? And then I stewed on it for like 5 minutes. I got up and I made a video, so I didn't take a step back. So should have done maybe, but it was all right. I only had a couple of dislikes, so.
Yeah, well, that's the thing. It's weird, and like Gareth was saying that he wasn't sure. It's like it doesn't matter what you do. There's going to be somebody that doesn't like you or what you do, and
what's not to like. What's not to like about me?
Oh, it's everything because it's like
everything. What do you mean?
I'm talking about everything for those questions that in the one or something lie. That you tagged me in, and it's like, yeah, like there's times that you may like somebody's content, but for you or me or somebody else, they just can't stand the personality of the person, but it works for me and it doesn't work for them, or vice versa, because there are some booktubers that I like sort of what they do, but I just don't like the personality that they put on. If it's an innate and an original personality, that's fine. But you can see when people are putting on things, like putting on a performance, and they're not very good actors. Let's just put it that way.
Sometimes I would love to just say what I really think, of course. I mean, can you imagine if you just did have a meltdown in one of these lives and just went off? And it would probably surprise people as well. I mean, we obviously, we've become good friends. We talk every day, Shawn. So we kind of know each other's likes and dislikes around BookTube. We do discuss it. But I think a lot of people would be quite surprised if we were to turn up and say, well I'm going to tell you what I really think about so-and-so. And you'd be like, no way.
Well, I was going to do something like this. It's beyond my ability, sort of. But to do an April Fool's type one and sort of name fake booktubers and have links to them, and then when they click on the link it'll go to the page and say April Fool, but I'll describe them in such a way that really horribly and just really rip them down and do it so straight-faced, and then so people are going to want to click that link.
Well, because it is just like anything else where people get together, and it was interesting in that I can't remember which tag it was. What was it? The tell the truth tag, maybe, where I think it asked about it's content or first impressions or something important to you.
Personality.
And personality, yeah, and that's definitely true. I mean, there are some people I'm not going to mention, but who I was like immediately attracted to at first, and now I want to pull my hair out if I have to sit through one of their videos, which sounds awful. It sounds really catty, but I don't know what it is. It's like, as you said, I think the whole thing that the bullshit meter, forgive the language, or the fakeness of things, or the not being genuine.
Yeah.
You the more you interact with that person, the more you have, you start to really understand, and therefore it becomes
Well, that's the
difficult.
thing. To me,
Especially the hardest thing is, and I hope people don't mind me saying, I think the hardest thing is when you have to sit and listen to people who just maybe have the on-screen image of somebody, and yet you've had other interactions with them and whatever, and a bit more about them, and you really just want to be like, right, this person did this and this, or it's hard.
yeah. Well, Jenny's saying
I think
here,
we don't do it because there could be several people that maybe would say bad things about us, right? So
I'm sure people say bad things about me and you.
how did you know? Sorry. Yeah.
Well, no, it's just people. There's going to be things like that person said in that one comment that he's just had it with me and he doesn't like it. Like I get emails too. They don't like it because I'm overweight. They don't like it because I look disheveled at times. They don't like it because I've got the COVID thing, so I'll be struggling for words and stuff like that. And people are going, and I'm going, well, just F you.
I don't watch. No one
Yeah,
puts a gun to your head, right?
that's the thing. But like Jenny is saying here, is afraid to like a book that Steve hates. Hate a book. Oh, like I have no problem with that. I always say you're full of shit, Steve.
You have a funny relationship, you two. It is funny in the comments sometimes.
I did not like Dune. Oh my God, that's horrible. Okay, I'm banning you, Alexis. But yeah, no. Well, that's the thing. It's not going to be everybody's cup of tea. But I love Dune, and Mark has no opinion on this because he hasn't read it. So
Zero opinion and very little interest. But I would, if Shawn said to me, "I'm going to do a reading event. We're going to read Dune. Will you give it a go?" Yes, I probably would, because I do respect Shawn's choices on things. I don't always share the same interest. I mean, he's just in love with sci-fi. No. SF. No. Science fiction.
Science fiction, SF is fine.
And I don't mind it, what I've read, but I'm not, I haven't dived in completely and been like, whoa.
Absolutely, it's so much fun to flinging crap. I never take it personally, but people have made it and deleted comments when I was flinging caca at Henry James. Oh my God, Henry James is a god, man. No, I like Henry James. That's the one thing, and I know it, and I can. That's somebody that I can really understand why
he's not everyone's cup of.
Yeah,
he's not everyone's cup of tea.
Yeah, but I do like him. It's about the vibe. Yeah, it is because that's the thing. Like I'm saying, like that question's a bit hard to answer, that one, the content or the personality, because to me, I think it comes down to the personality mostly. If I don't like the personality, then it doesn't matter what their content is. I'm not going to be interested in listening to that person. And there's not many that are like that. Like, I do have to say that. But if somebody has a really good personality, I may watch their stuff just because of the personality, because I find it funny or quirky. No, I have blocks on Mark. So
Ow!
I finished the Quick Red Fox by I haven't read that one. Number 4. Okay, I haven't read too many of the Travis McGee. And I'm now reading The Return of Sherlock Holmes in 5 weeks in a balloon. Cool. I like Tuckman's Guns of August. Yeah. Distant Mirror has been lurking in my Kindle for years. Bought it from Amazon 5 or 6 years ago, and obviously needed a reminder to finally start reading. Yeah. It's got to be 30 years since I've read those. I think I probably, well, actually, maybe more than that. I took 2 courses before I went to archaeology, I went as a mature student to university, and I took a World War One / Second World War course and a medieval history one. It was out of my depth because I hadn't, yeah, but it was fun. I read a lot of stuff, but I didn't do too well in the course because I'd never written papers. I never, discussed stuff like that.
So you couldn't read and you couldn't write. It's tough, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
To do that, be like that at uni.
I thought briefly about doing a channel at one time, but I would just get voted off the island pretty quick.
Sonia, that's not true. You would be great at it. You leave lovely messages when we do buddy reads and things.
Well, the thing is too,
Totally
it's
do.
like, look at me, and I've got, I've got a following of a few people, and
we don't know what. I mean, we have a couple of them here, but we don't really know what the mental state of the majority of them are, right? So
as long as they send money, that's fine. If I'm subscribed to a YouTuber and then I end up disliking them for some reason, I just unsubscribe and stop watching. I never understand leaving it. Yeah, exactly. It's like, why do you, yeah. It's like if you disagree with somebody, if somebody says something and you want to get into a conversation, and attack what they say, don't attack the person, and make sure you're attacking, or well, attacking is the wrong word to use, but make sure you are addressing what they say and not what you think they're saying.
I think that's fair.
Oh, I don't know I'm not sure what that is.
I'm guessing Henry James.
Oh, yeah. I didn't know you were James apologists. Both be getting some anonymous emails from a very angry friend of mine. I get angry emails all the time of people saying stuff. And they've calmed down a little bit now, but usually I get stuff that people want to tell me that I'm fat, and it's like,
you
really?
should tell them. You should tell them it costs £5 a time to call you fat.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
Insult me all you want. Just pay me for the privilege.
I sometimes leave a respectful comment explaining why I've decided to unsub, just so it's not a total mystery, and just in case they want to know, but I wouldn't unsub just over one video.
Oh, I feel I'm on borrowed time then, Parlabane.
I love that you're easily bought, Sean. Yeah. But there's certain things that, like I say, to look at my feet, you can't afford that. I'm thinking of the Marx Brothers one. It says, how much does it cost to not play? Oh, you can't afford that.
Oh dear, what has happened today? I have to say I'm in a good mood because I'm on a week's holiday now. So
are you? Okay.
Oh yeah, it's spring break the Czech Republic has half term, and they're doing quite a.
Yeah, I've seen those Czechia videos. Yeah.
It's they do it quite well here, actually, I think, because like in England you have half term, the whole country goes on half term. Here, because we have ski resorts and stuff, so right, to stop them all getting crowded, different districts across different parts of the country have different holidays. So it lasts for about 5 or 6 weeks, from like the second week of February through to the third week of March or something like that. So yeah, so like the town I live in had their half term this week just gone. Today would have been the last day. And then the town I work in, or the village I work in, starts theirs on Monday, right? So it works out well. It means that the whole country is not crowded by everybody and their dog heading off on a holiday for half term, right?
Do something else, like, is there, because like, do they still have sort of industries or businesses that'll close as well at certain times? Like a week off.
Some do, yeah, but not really now at this time, of course, yeah, because so I guess the parents and stuff, of course, still got to work. The only downside of this is that like you might have obviously two children, and one might go to school in this town, and the other one goes to school like where I work, and then one of the children is going to get 2 weeks off, probably, you know, so.
Yeah, Parlabane, it's a mystery to me why anybody would ever unsub from me. You know, but you know, I'll take money if you want to unsub. Pay me first, and then you can unsub. And yeah, when you go to unsub, this will cost you. This will cost you.
That's it. You've signed up for the long term. To get out of your contract with ShawnDStandfast.
No, it's like it says that I could easily buy. Well, ever since COVID and losing my job, I'll do anything for money.
You could do what is it? Those like greeting cards things, the personal greetings. You know, your subscribers could actually, you know, pay you to send, you know, to send grandma a video greeting or something like that. You know,
well, I guess if they want me to give them a heart attack, maybe, yeah.
Well, no, it could be like, you know, maybe her eyesight's not that good, and it could be like, this is Gandalf or something, you know.
Well, if I put my hair down, but I'm getting so many of these messages through Instagram of saying, "Oh, Shawn, you're so cute. I want to speak to you," and it's a scantily clad woman, and it's like, whoa, that's happening every day, you know. I'm a real catch there.
Well, maybe those Russian strippers, they talk amongst themselves. Word got back through the community, and maybe these are genuine. Wouldn't it be funny if these are genuine offers? And you've just been like, it's spam, it's a scam. But actually, they're all friends of Svetlana and, you know, Oksana or whatever.
Did you know her name was Svetlana?
It's a wild guess, man. Wild guess.
Well, yeah, this was like, crikey, they must. I was just thinking this is almost 30. Yeah, this is almost 30 years ago, 25 years ago. So these cam girls that I'm talking about are probably they're married, probably, and children and maybe grandparents by now. Well, since I've sent you PayPal, maybe I should demand you to take off your shirt. Well,
oh, you've got. Well, hang on. She's already sent it, so you got to learn to make your request before you.
Okay. For the next £10 transfer or $10 on the thank you, off comes my shirt.
Oh my God! I'm not hanging around. I'll pay 20 to keep it on.
Okay, go ahead. The thing is, it's a bit orange. It's a bit orange. My skin's a bit orange, though. That's the problem.
Oh, dear. Well, you didn't specify. You know, I thought you'd take it off your shirt. What was it? That's Patricia the stripper. No, what's the tune?
Oh, that.
Sorry, I probably got you demonetized now.
Yeah. Well, actually, yeah, like that could. I don't know how much they monitor this stuff. But.
Yeah, that's true. All the sexy talk wouldn't that be fun? All this effort and it gets demonetized.
We are fining you every penny that you get. With Insta. Yeah, that's what I think these are. I think from Instagram.
I have to say, I was pretty scared for a second that one of those things was going to pop up to have to take your shirt off. I was convinced some deranged person out there was going to be like, "Yeah, here you go." Oh,
but yeah, the Instagrams are funny because I know a few other female booktubers that I got sort of through Voxer and stuff, and they're on Instagram as well. And it's funny because they get men that will send them messages, say, you know, if you know, I will give you so much a month for doing X, Y, or Z and stuff like this. And I'm going, and I keep saying, send them my details, and then I'll send them a picture of this.
I only get the scammers. I don't know if they are scammers, but I always get the offers for Elvis to be a model. You know, because I have him in my pictures, of course. So, is that a threat or a promise? Yeah. Or maybe. I don't know if it's a vest. Is it, or a t-shirt?
It's a t-shirt.
All right.
I don't know what the hell this is. It's Jacks and Jones. They were cheap.
Jack Jones, the butcher.
Well, Jack and Jones.
All right. Well, that's 2 hours, man. I'm ready for bed. It's Friday night. My real self will be back from the pub any minute.
Well, yeah, we didn't talk about the AI thing. That was another big thing this week as well.
It's true. It's true. Yeah. Well, you know, as I say, I'm off next week, so we could probably fit in a cheeky live, you know, I'm actually going live on Monday on somebody else's channel. Our friends from they're both not on the West Coast anymore, are they? One's in Virginia and the other's in Oregon.
Who's that? You're cheating on me?
Yeah, I got a guest appearance, I think, on Monday on the Alan and Greg show.
Oh. Yeah, you're cheating on me.
I'm looking. What do you mean? You guys are reading that book together. I'm pretty sure you'll be on there within a couple of weeks as well. So, you know.
So are they changed the time for that one, or are they?
Yeah. No, I'm not doing 3 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah, I know. That's the thing. That's why I don't.
Even if I'm off, I just can't. I'm too old now. It messes me up. So, well, I'll be on Monday if you fancy a trip over to another bibliophile reads his channel. Is that? I guess it's on his channel. So
yeah.
Greg,
it's a Monday thing. So we should have actually not syndicated. What's the thing where if you're a restaurant and somebody can buy the franchise our thing, because they started doing it after we started doing our thing. So we should have. Yeah.
I got Chat GBT to write a description of Steve Donahue in the style of Barbara Carlin.
Actually, I did get Chat GDP to tell me about Steve Donahue, and it was actually kind of interesting. There's nothing scandalous there. It was just interesting that it gave me pretty much the information I already knew, but I was surprised that it could do that. You should see what it said about ShawnDStandfast. Now, there are some revelations.
Well, yeah, because you have to put the D in because there are other ShawnDStandfast spelled the same way. There's someone in Oklahoma.
Sean Delano Standfast.
Huh?
What?
No.
Sean Darren Standfast.
No.
Sean will tell you what the D in his name means to the highest bidder.
Yeah, open it up. Okay. Let's
the annoying thing is, I do know, you did tell me, and I cannot for the life of me remember.
But the thing is, people will be a bit surprised.
Yeah, it is. I remember being surprised, but I can't remember. Doris. That was it.
Damn you.
Sean Doris Standfast.
Is that like Daisy Duke or I need to get some really tight short shorts.
Oh dear. All right.
So no takers for my for my middle name.
Or the shirt off.
Yeah.
Sounds like a really crappy auction. Takers for Sean's shirt off. I tell you what, he will autograph it and send it to you. Ooh, definitely.
Oh God.
Yes.
This is fun, folks.
Sorry?
There's still 18 people watching. You need tight tights like Robin. Yeah, the men in tights. Men in tights.
If you want, Jenny, there is a picture of me dressed as Robin Hood in tights on a BookTube video of mine.
For free.
All that for free, but you have to find it. It means you have to go through my entire back catalogue. But it's not that exciting, to be honest. I was much younger then, though. So is that it? How many people are still watching this rubbish?
Yeah, well, we are dropping. We're at 16 now. So
Yeah, they're really striking.
Sit here and see how long we can go.
See, the funny thing is, we could do one of those, like, what was they? Were they telethons? Were they in America?
Yeah,
where they would like do 24-hour telethons. We would actually be. I think we'd actually maybe not be too bad at something like that. Except we'd fall asleep. Definitely, people would tune in at like 3 o'clock in the morning, and we'd like.
I haven't watched it yet, Aaron. Sorry. When I have good sort of reading time, I spend the time reading, and everything else laps. And once, if I get it to a low point, then I start watching some stuff where I can't read. So, and there's always a cycle with this. So, it probably won't be too long before that happens again.
Well, Aaron, no bullshit excuses from me, mate. I am going to watch it this week because that's what I was saving it for. I have a week off. That's my plan.
Well, actually, there is people that do what is it, sleepover things where they go live reading and talking and then go away and then come back, or I think, or something like that. I don't know.
I've seen those videos where they watch people sleeping, right? It's just weird.
There are the things, yeah. There are. Well, the thing is, when this stuff started, like internet started, people used to have, like, in their homes,
the webcams
everywhere. Webcam, and they charge a subscription.
I remember that. Yeah, you could watch somebody's whole life almost. It was like the Truman Show.
Yeah.
Yeah, that kind of died a death. It was like a budget version of Big Brother or something, wasn't it?
Yeah, but that was way before Big Brother.
Well, there was, and I don't know if I can say this, but I will say it anyway. Years ago, in Czechoslovakia, was it Czechoslovakia then? No, it was Czech Republic. But there was a brothel in Prague called Big Sister. Have you heard about it?
No.
So what they did was, how do I say it? It was basic. It was a brothel with prostitutes, of course, working in it, and of course, Prague's a very big attraction for stag parties and men coming, on these lads' holidays. So what the brothel did was, instead of the men paying to sleep with these women, they had to sign like a release that their session was streamed to the internet.
Jesus.
So there you go. It's not around anymore, though, so I hear.
I think we're being censored now.
Seriously?
I don't know. I can hear you. Can anybody else, or is it just Alexis?
That would be bad. Wouldn't that be funny? Just get to the point of monetization and I get kicked back. Oh, well, it's your channel. Yeah, you're responsible, not me on this one. That's all right then.
Anyway, we should get going.
Maybe no one can hear us. No one said anything.
Part of it can, yeah.
Oh, apologies to you both then. If you still have to hear this. Yeah, we're going. Sean?
Yeah.
You're the host.
We're going up again. We're going up again.
I think sometimes you're forgetting you're the host of this one.
Yeah. Bye, everybody. Thank you.
Bye.